Hello, everybody. Hey, it's Ken Faulkner. I am at the end of my 3-day weekend. It's Monday night. I was just watching KC's live tonight, and just finished watching that. And I'm gonna get this video out. I'm always busy Tuesday nights. Things got a little bit sideways on my Faulkner 5, but this is number 4 of the Faulkner 5, meaning that there is really basically 1 week is a little bit more because we got next week, and then I'm leaving Thursday, so the following week. Short week this week because I did have today off, Memorial Day. Thank you to any families that have lost loved ones in military, in wars. And thank you for all the military. I definitely support you guys, and I do understand the meaning of the day. It's not just about having a day off barbecuing. We got to remember, because people gave their lives. So anyway, got to squeeze this one in. It's getting to the end of the day, and I'm West Coast, so right now I'm looking at like almost 7 o'clock. That means it's almost 10 o'clock East Coast time. Try to get things out earlier, but I've been busy today. Things have been going a little bit crazy. I got this weird thing with my Wi-Fi. I'm hoping I'll be able to post this video tonight on my internet. It just it'll drop for like 15 minutes and then it'll come back up. And I end up getting online and chatting with some AI for a while. That's always fun. Supposedly talking to a person. I have no idea if that's true or not, but basically they told me my modem here is too old. They need to send me another one, so a couple days. But like I say, it's been going in and out, so most of the time it's in. It's just kind of annoying. It's okay. That's modern and first world problems and all that kind of thing. Another crazy thing. I decided, well, okay, if I'm going to do this video, I need to do the disassembly on this knife, and yeah, it's a little off center even. And so I started doing it during the live, and I clearly have not disassembled this knife before because it is crazy. You know how some knives are really easy to take apart. There may be a trick that I don't know, but I learned the hard way that it's not so simple. It's got scales that cover liners. They're inset liners. This is a very thin knife, by the way, and this is the Atom by Three Rivers Manufacturing, TRM, and very thin knife. Last week when I was out of town, and I went up to that store, Shields, in Nevada. They had the narrows, and I checked that out, and that is just too thin. This one here is close to too thin, but in reality, it feels good to me. I think I got a little lock stick on here. I think I got to clean off the. Probably got a little oil on the lock bar there. I'll get something to clean that out. Yeah, so it's got these little standoff, little standoffs here, and when you take off, I just tried to take off one side. I actually started with this side to take it off because I only had 2 screws. This one's got 3. That'd be easier. That's where the pivot screw is, so I figured I'd just do it from this side. And then there's screws underneath the scale that go to the liners that screw together the 2 liners on the inside, and the blade is in there. I'm going to try to explain this so you can understand. And so I got it all apart, cleaned it up, but that's when the trouble started. Started to try to put it back together. What happens is you have it laying down here, and the those little standoffs there don't have anything to hold them in place. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking that liner on the inside and trying to drop it down so that 3 screws that are going through that liner line up with those tubes. In the meantime, this side is the D-shaped pivot. The D shape is on this side liner, so I'm trying to line it up to make sure that I can pop everything down. And I dropped if you guys have done this before, if you're not super careful, I try to be careful, but things happen. So I dropped one of these barrel spacers, had to go around with a flashlight, find it on the floor. Finally got it all back together, and everything popped in, and I noticed that the knife had the blade on the wrong side. Crazy story, I know. So I had to take it all apart. I'm swearing in here, and the girlfriend comes in and says, "What's going on?" Because I'm not one to swear very often, but I'm just like losing my mind. It's kind of late in the day for me, getting tired. Bad idea to take it apart at that point. Got to learn that lesson. But I did really want to get this video out to you guys. So anyway, long story short, I did finally get it back together. This is my little screwdriver. I did a giveaway where I gave this one away, and I do use this one. It was I think it's a T6 for these small ones, and a T12 for the big one, which is a little odd. But this one comes with all those sizes in here. It's got plenty of sizes, so that worked out. It's got phosphor bronze washers. I used to put lube on the washers, but I've heard, and I've kind of been going dry on washers lately, and it seems to be just fine. But I did put a little of the KPL Heavy on the detent ball, and I think in all the struggling around with this thing, I got a little bit of oil, so I'm getting a little bit of lock stick here. So I'll get a Q-tip in there. I'm not going to disassemble it again, but I'll get a Q-tip in there and clean that off. That should go away. So hopefully everything will be fine. I'm probably have to adjust the pivot a little bit to get this centered up, because I know it was before. Obviously it's on the show side, so I think that the liner is kind of pushing it in. Maybe I just need to tighten it up a little bit. Anyway, I don't want to just sit here and complain all the time, because this is a freaking awesome knife. Really cool pattern. I've talked about this before. Nothing new here. In the week that I was carrying it, I know it's super slicey. If you've been watching some other videos, you've heard about other troubles I've been having with my sharpening system. My Work Sharp Precision, I think it's bitten the dust. I was having the last 2 of the 5 that I was trying to test on paper weren't going so well. I just tried to sharpen up this guy, the Revo, on it, and made a whole video of me doing it, and it came out, and it really was not very impressive. So I pretty much canned that video, didn't put it out because it was just very disappointing after all the effort to get it sharpened. And I have that, I don't know where it is right now, but I got this little Work Sharp sharpener. Oh, I know where it is. This is my backpack. That's where I usually have it. And it's just a little field sharpener, but it got this way sharper, and it's doing fine now. If you're interested, you can go back to the video if you haven't seen it yet. I know some of you guys are riding with me all the time, and you've already seen it. But yeah, it's nice and sharp now. I expected that the precision with the the rod style would make it sharper, but it really wasn't. So after Blade Show, I got to pick up that Professional. I think it's a sign it's time to get that one anyway. So I didn't sharpen this one. The long story, just to tell you that I didn't sharpen this one. This one has always been super sharp, and I really probably didn't need to disassemble it either, but I kind of felt like I should. I did clean it up. It had a little bit to it. I'm gonna just show. This thing is way sharper even than the Revo. So I didn't want to actually dull it by trying to sharpen it with the precision. This thing is just excellently sharp. This is 20 CV blade, and the cutting geometry on this is just amazing. They're just known for that. Really great for that. Thin design, but like I said, I checked out that narrows and it just felt weird. And even the salesman was telling me, yeah, it's too thin. It's weird. He's trying to sell me the knife and he's telling me this. I know some people do like it, and certainly if you like a thin knife, it excels at that. But I want more comfort, and even though this one is thin, it is contoured handles. You can see that. So it feels good, and it's got excellent grip on it. Not only does it look beautiful, but it is very grippy. And so one problem that I did notice with it, because it is so narrow that the thumb studs don't stick out, which is good not to have it sticking out, especially if you got a thin knife, you're going in and out of the pocket, you don't want to get catch on your thumb studs. But the reality is that they are the thumb side isn't as much of an issue because you do have this big scalloped out area, but on this side we're right up against it. And I do like the middle finger flick, and I can get it, but only because I got the O-ring washers, or O-rings that go on the thumb studs. Actually, these O-rings were from TRM, and they Lefty had them and told me to hit them up, and he'd send me some over. So he did that, and that made all the difference in the world. But still, it's a little hard to get to them because they're so low profile on the knife, in my opinion. Otherwise, it's a great knife. Clips great, deep carry, thin, so it carries really well. Even if it's not my priority, I still can appreciate that, as long as it doesn't affect the things I really like about a knife. So anyway, yeah, I'm tired. It's been a long day, lots of crazy stuff. Got some good barbecue in this weekend. Had a really good 3-day weekend. After my vacation last week, I was off for a few extra days. Off a few extra days this weekend. Next weekend is just a regular weekend, but then Blade Show, a few extra days. I'm really enjoying some time off. I need it because work is crazy, but yeah, I'm almost there on Blade Show. See if I can bring up the Blade Show counter and see how much time we have left. If you go to their website, no, that's not what I want. Blade Show, and you look at Blade Show Atlanta, on their website it says 10 days, 8 hours, 1 minute, and 35 seconds. And it keeps counting down, and I check it every day, and I get happier and happier. So 10 days, that's just a little over a week. So I'm done with this one. I didn't bring out the other ones, but I know that the last one is going to be the Spyderco Shaman. Get that one out. I got to do a little more tuning on this, get that stick, and I'm sure that I'll get this thing centered just a little bit more, but I want to get the video out. And anyway, that's number 4. Number 5 is next on the Blade Show after that, and I'm going to have a lot of cool new knives. I'm sure I will have lots of great stuff to show you, great stuff for me to play with, and I'm really excited about it. You guys, thank you very much. Compared to some of my other videos lately, this is definitely a short one, so that's a good thing. And I will see you on the next one.